Today we're going to do a short video on a very complicated group, and that is the American detachable handle irons. And that story begins with the first very successful detachable handle iron, actually the first really successful American iron of any kind, manufactured and mass-produced by the Enterprise Company starting in the early 1870s, but with the patent starting to end out in 1888, then all other kinds of companies wanted to try to capitalize on some of that market that Enterprise had with new designs. And there were many companies now with a patent that the Mrs. Potts patent now expired. Anybody could make these irons, and many did. Many different companies, and there are some variant styles. This one has a little crank on the base. These usually have some mechanism that reaches into the handle, which makes them sort of cumbersome. That's the Shimer. This is the Crown. Again, multiple companies. As I say, they are a little cumbersome. There we are. And this is the Bless and Drake. This is the Union. Again, all these are in the late 1880s. You push the button here to get this to come apart. And then there were some winners in this competition. The only one from the 1880s to continue for many years was the Sensible, which starting in 1887 continued until 1917. The Ober Company, very simple design. This one does not reach into the iron. It simply latches across with pins on both sides. Very common into the early 1900s. And then there was the Asbestos Company, which is actually a group of companies with a group of designs here on a sleeve iron. There was asbestos, there still is asbestos actually, in the housing here, which insulated and kept the handle cold. And these designs continued to be used until into the 1950s. The question I've always had here from people who visit our place is, gee, my grandmother had one of these.